So we got a little science fair project going today. Can you fit 18-inch wheels on 35-inch tires on a stock Excursion? We're about to find out here on the Riz Designs YouTube channel. Let's get into it. So in my never-ending addiction to Facebook Marketplace, I came across a killer deal on some used Method wheels, and they happen to have some Nitto 35-inch tires on there as well. So I went out, grabbed them from a really cool guy. Thanks a lot, Russ. And we're gonna get these things on the Excursion. But first, we're gonna do a little science fair experiment. Can we stuff these 18-inch wheels that are wrapped with 35-inch Nittos on a stock Excursion? I doubt it, not without some trimming and cutting, because the lift kit is not here yet. We're still waiting on that. But can I stuff a 35 inside there with minimal damage? Let's find out. All right, we're coming off the jack. Dude, I think this might freaking work. Stock Excursion, she might stuff 35s with no problems. Look at that gap. I'm gonna get in it and turn the wheel right now, see if there's any rubbing, but goodness, look at that. Looking crispy. Oh gosh, she's dirty. It looks worse than the camera. My God, we're gonna wash her today too. Right there. She rubs. All right, well, kind of fits. We're just gonna have to take it easy. All right, so it's the next day working on the Excursion and got a lot done. Got the wheels all mounted, all looking good. Check this out. So she's looking fresher than ever. New Methods on there. Had to do a little bit of trimming. As you can see, just cut out a little bit of the wheel well there. Just enough for when it turns until we get the lift on. And then I was having some clearance issues in the rear. And just with a little bit of massaging with the dead blow hammer, I got it to clear up real nice. Got about a 1/2 inch all the way around. Probably would still rub on full bump, but she's a street queen still for now. And she is filthy. We're gonna wash her up next. Right there. But looking good. Got the caps all painted. Used the rear caps off my Super Duty, so even they look updated. Didn't have to do any massaging on this side though. Looking real nice. I got the garage all cleaned out. We're selling a bunch of junk. Need some tires? I got tires for sale. Everything's reorganized, super clean. Well, not 100% clean, but we're getting there. And first thing tomorrow morning, I'm taking the truck with the Yoder. Yoda's going to its final home to my buddy Luke up in Santee. She's all loaded and ready to go. Looking good. Fired right up. Drove onto the trailer with no issues at all. Propane powered Yoda. So I'm super stoked how this Excursion came out, how everything's looking on it. Just the stance, the way she drives. I took it for a couple hot laps, found a nasty little clunk. And I was like, what the heck is that? What does this clunky noise come? It's something in the suspension. My gut feeling was it was something to do with the leaf spring bushings, and it was on the passenger side. So crawled underneath it. They all look good. but I found it. I found the culprit. Check this out. Upper shock bushing is completely blown out. See if you can see that. See how the bolt is just kind of hanging there and there's nothing really behind it? And look at this shock. It ain't that great a condition. So I think this is gonna force my hand to finally order this, this BDS lift kit, get this thing sitting proper, get it sitting on some fresh suspension. I'm pretty sure those are the OEM shocks. Everything's from 2005, not good. So we're gonna get this thing ordered up, get everything swapped out. So let's get some parts. All right, it's another day in the garage. Been a couple days since the last video, but boy, do we have an update for you today. Delivery truck just left. Check this out. We got a pallet full of goodies here. The lift for the Excursion. She's gonna get a 6-inch lift from BDS Suspension. Super stoked on this. But we're gonna get this thing torn apart. We're gonna start working on this front end, start getting some parts removed, start getting some parts installed, and see how far along we can go. If you follow us on our Instagram, you can see that we just did some upgraded lighting. Turned out so nice, super easy to put together, super easy install. Everything off of Amazon. Made it so much brighter in here though. All I had was this guy here and another one right where you see those wires kind of poking through. And man, it was so dark in here, especially if you're working in the garage at night. What a pain in the butt it was. So having this upgraded lighting is huge for me. So let's get this pallet unloaded. All right, guys, so a little bit of a dilemma. I got everything unboxed. Here is everything that came in the kit, except for those big old leaf springs. Everything looks super nice, super high quality, but the people that I ordered this from off of eBay, it was an off-road company out of Florida. I'm not gonna name them, but I'm short a lot of parts. I'm missing all kinds of things. I only got 2 shocks, not 4. I'm missing a drop pitman arm. I'm missing a track bar bracket. I'm missing sway bar end links and some other little bracketry parts and pieces that were all pictured. What the heck, man? We're gonna have to get this figured out. Let's see what we can figure out. Ready? Okay, pull it out. All right, just send it off to the side. Okay. All right, so we got the front bumper off. That was pretty simple. It's only 6 small bolts. Thing comes right off. We got the wheels and tires off. We got the axle supported. So now what we're gonna do is take these shocks off so that we can lower this axle down and then start removing these U-bolts and get this axle freed up so we can install the new stuff. This is why you need to check your shock bushings, people. Look at that. That thing was just rattling around in there. No bushing at all in the side. Whew. All right, so we got the U-bolts undone. Front and rear. We gave everything a good little soak in some PB blaster, so hopefully everything comes off. So far, so good. We haven't had anything kind of hung up, but this Excursion's so clean. There's like no rust. There's no nothing that's really hanging us up. And for 2005, I mean, golly, this thing is super clean underneath. Just like that, they fall right out. All right, so now we got the U-bolts out, we got the shocks out, everything's kind of free hanging. So now what we're gonna do is unbolt the leaf springs so that when we lower it, the leaf springs will just be hanging free and the axle will come right out nice and clean. Still the middle finger. All right. Keep wrenching. Fuck you. Oh, man. That's a hot nut. One down. I'm gonna punch out this bolt, and then the front will be loose, and then I'm gonna do the, hopefully, not as tight on the rear, because we're not gonna have as much room to work, but if that's the case, so be it. All right, let's go. Well, I started punching that bolt out. You can see it hits right here on the AC condenser. And I really don't want to take out the AC condenser, but it looks like I only got to lift it up maybe an inch or so to get that bolt to clear. That way we can get this front leaf off. That's pretty inconvenient. Thanks a lot, Ford engineers. All right, so to get this lower bolt out, or this front bolt, I should say, there's a little bracket right here, this guy, that holds up the bottom of the condenser, like so, and it was right in the way. So 11 millimeter pops it right out. Should have all the room in the world now. I'm gonna keep that safe. Let's see if we can't drive this bolt out. Leaves are loose. There she is. Big old bolt, 15/16 head on it, and Loctite held her in there. So we'll get this thing cleaned up and we go put it all back together. We'll put some more Loctite on it. But man, that was a pain to get out. Loctite on that one. All right, so we got this leaf spring loose. Something to be real careful of too is your brake lines. You don't want to lower this axle down too much to where it puts a lot of tension. So I got these just a little snug. But there's no pressure on them. Nothing's bending or moving weird, so that's good. So let's see if we can't finagle this guy out of here. Come on. There we go. There we go. And out she comes. Oh, yeah. Whew. All right, now we put in the new one. So look at the difference between these two. And with the weight of the truck sitting on these stock leaf springs, they would actually bend the opposite way. They weren't even have that positive arch in them. They were actually negatively arched. So we're going from a 2-leaf pack here to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-leaf pack. So much stronger, much bigger. This is gonna make it ride so much better, especially with the new shocks going on, which basically I had no shocks. Those things were so old and blown out that they weren't doing hardly anything. So we're gonna get this thing in there. Okay, we got the passenger side leaf spring in. That was a little bit harder than I was anticipating, but we did do it. Now we got it figured out. There's a cross member, that guy, that runs right across the front. We had to remove that to allow the front to kind of weave right in. The rear hanger we had to hang loose. You can see the wrench still hanging on that thing. It's bound up on there, but we'll get it off. But it's sitting on the pedestal. It's all loosely bolted up. I think we are good to go. We're gonna start tightening some things up. I did have to disconnect the brake line and just loosen that ABS line. And there's a little breather hose there as well in order to drop the axle down far enough to clear the arch of the new leaf springs, because they got so much spring to them that I couldn't get that arch or that leaf in without dropping the axle down a little bit. So We did that, so I'm gonna have to bleed brakes. Not a big deal. We got plenty of brake fluid, and I got a boy who can pump a brake pedal. So we're gonna get this side kind of tidied up, buttoned up, and then we're gonna put in the other side. All right, end of the next day. Me and the boy have been working hard on this thing. But we got the front leaves in, all the brake lines reconnected, did a little frame resto while we were in there. Got everything looking sharp. If you guys remember what it looked like before, pretty much like that, all the way across. So a little wire wheel, some little flat black. We got her dialed in. Both sides looking good. Did a little resto on the front. Look at that. But we're only halfway done. So we got the Carolina squat going on. As you can see, I gotta get these brakes bled now that we got everything hooked back up. Then we gotta tear the rear end apart and do the back. But for now, we're halfway there. Just waiting on those shocks to arrive. They should be in tonight or tomorrow. Still waiting on those. But man, I'm tired. This thing has been a butt kicker. Nothing has come that easy. Good thing is there wasn't that much rust. There wasn't a whole lot of big issues. No broken bolts, anything like that nature, but it's just heavy. There's a lot of work to be done and I'm tired. So I think I'm gonna take the rest of the day. We'll get on this tomorrow. Hopefully those shocks show up tonight and we'll be able to get those installed, get this thing spun around, get that rear end tore apart. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think so far. Should I leave her with the Carolina squat? I don't know. I don't think I like it. Good morning. It is the next day. Excursion, back jacked up. We're here. We're trying to wrap this thing up. We're trying to get this rear end lifted today. Ran into a little issue. Brake bleeder fail. Went to go loosen these up, start get some fluid pumped through it, and it just snapped clean off. So, do I drill it or do I just replace these calipers? They're not looking that great. They're a little old, they're a little tired, they're a little rusty. They work fine, but do I want to drill this thing out? Do I really want to take the time to try to punch this thing out? You can see right there, right here. She snapped clean off, and I mean flush. I really don't want to drill these out. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna replace these. Take a lot less time. AutoZone down the street has got them in stock. But we're on day 3 of the excursion. We're almost there. We're almost done with it. I'm so close. We just got to get these brakes bled, get this thing flipped around, get the rest of these parts all installed, get this thing done. Frustration. But we'll get through it. Okay, so fast forward to the end of the day. We've got the new calipers installed. We got the rear end lifted. We got everything wrapped up. Everything's done. And check this thing out. All right, guys, here she is. Sitting right. She's got a little bit of a rake to her, a little bit higher in the front than the rear end, but looks proper. We're still waiting for those front shocks to come in, so those aren't quite done yet, but for all intents and purposes, it is done. 2005 Excursion, looking right. So that's it. We got the excursion done. 3 long days of getting this thing lifted. Me and the boy. Do it yourself, man. It's not impossible. You can get it done. I mean, really, what do we have? 1 broken brake bleeder bolt on the whole vehicle? That's amazing. So everything went on without a hitch. Everything was super smooth. Super, super stoked. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about her. Love to hear from you. This is going to be the first of many updates on this thing as we get closer to King of the Hammers. This thing is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to take it out to the valley. And if you like the kind of work we're doing, if you like my channel, if you like what I got going on, you know what to do. Drop a like, hit subscribe. We're almost to 1,000. I'm so close. So guys, help me out. If you're watching this video and you like this kind of stuff, boom, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can also go to rizdesigns.com, get your merch, get a hat, sandbarsyndicateinc.com, our new apparel line over there. You can get all the bitch and river and desert gear there. So yeah, let us know. Make an order, hit that subscribe button. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. And see you on the next one.